Happy October, my friend. It is October 1st. I'm Pat Sloan. I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you for joining me all these days of the year. I'm here Monday through Saturday. You can see the calendar at my website in case you didn't download it yet. Get the October calendar. Okay, we have a couple of things. We have Secret Lives of Color. We're going into the black section, which is the last section of the book. And I want to talk a little bit about it. I have it up here. We have the support club kicks off today. This is going to be super fun. They are a really fun block to do. And a few other things. So, okay, let's first do this. The cross stitch bags that I had three. There we go. Cross stitch bags, and they went to Karen. Everybody's emailed me. I emailed you, they emailed back. They're all in the mail being sent to them right now. So Karen said she fell in love with the sunflower bag and she can't resist buying sunflowers every summer at the market. Me too, me too. So she got the sunflower bag kit, which was the autumn. Vanessa said she loves to cross stitch and that it was the first craft that she learned to do was counted cross stitch, which I think means what I'm doing, like there's no pattern printed. I love all three of the bags, but she said that her mom would sit with us kids on chairs and give them a piece of fabric with a print on it, and they had to embroider, and this was their punishment when they were ornery. And so her brother became an excellent counted cross stitcher and he won many prizes at the fairs. So she is going to be getting, she's getting the, what do I call it? The support club. Yeah, that's the one this went to her. And then the spookography is going to Sherry, and she says it looks so much fun, looks like so much fun. She hasn't cross stitched in years, so what a great project to revive an old interest. Isn't that cool? All right, ladies, you all should be watching your mail. I think one of them said she was going to go sit by the mailbox now. Yes. Okay, let's do Secret Lives of Color. The black section. Now this, I did go through and try to pull fabrics, and it turns out I have a lot, and I'll do that another day. I'll talk about it on the next block. I'll get out all my black fabric and we'll take a look. Not today. We'll just jump right in with the block today. But it's funny because I have a lot of black fabric that's actually the same black. They're not different shades of black. They're just all kind of the same black. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for our very end here. And remember, you have a section first that just talks about the color black, and then you go to the first color, which is coal. So coal for me, spelled with a K, not the stuff you do in your furnace, is K-O-H-L. For the first image I have is Elizabeth Taylor in Cleopatra, and the black eyeliner all around her eyes, which is the coal that we're talking about. It was very much a thing that was done by the Egyptians and I guess a lot of ancient people. It was believed to be healthy, and they later on, it says in here, found out that there were some health benefits to the type of materials that were used for coal for the people who were a little bit more wealthy and could get the nicer stuff. So you know, they had all kinds of, okay, I lost my place here. So what I want to tell you is it talks about in here about the coal pots and what are found in museums, because so many people use the coal, they had to put it in a little container. They're called coal pots, and I guess there were some that were quite exotic, and then of course very ordinary. So anyways, this is a really, really good chapter. Now I have this plaid. Oh, so nice. And so here is my little medium, the baby block, the smallest of the group. Now I do need to talk about what's going on up here and what I have, because I made a change from the last green block because it just was not looking good. So let me flip over to the other camera. There you can see all the blocks. And then what happened was the two greens that I did have here were not that good. Let me show you what I had. This is what I had from last week, and I put this up here and then step back, and it was like, oh, they're just about the same color. Now do you see that? So you know, I just felt like they look like from a short distance they look like the exact same fabric, and so that wasn't going to work. So what I did was switch it out still a green, but this one has like this seaweed type pattern on it. Let me stick the pin up there. And that definitely is better. It definitely is lighter and gives a really nice feel. So there we go. I've got that. Okay, so now I need to tell you something else about the backing fabric. Now, do you remember I got this backing fabric that I just love? Love, love, love it. It is color swatches and paint rainbows, like a painter's palette thing. It's Carrie Bloomston's fabric. Fabric line is Color Theory, and there's a couple different prints in it. So here it is folded over. So I got this one, and I thought I really liked this color, which actually is kind of a navy. It's kind of a soft navy. I liked this one because I felt like the colors really popped off of here well. But as I've progressed making this, it's a pastel quilt. There's light pinks and light greens and light aqua. It is not a dark quilt. So what did I do? Of course, I'm now having to really search, even though the website for the manufacturer, which is Wyndham, says that that's a basic. I wasn't finding it in a lot of places that I normally shop. So I did go on Etsy and found it at this In the Making. So In the Making at Etsy, that's where I got it. I got the light version. So what do you think? It's the same fabric, it's just on a light background. And I'm thinking this is much better. Here, I gotta open it up. So there we go. So now I have more of a pastel. Well, I have a white. I think the colors still look great. I just really liked how they look on the dark. So I will just keep the dark, and eventually there will be a quilt that'll be just perfect for, but I have the light fabric. And while I was there shopping in the Etsy store online, I noticed this, and I actually had a small piece of this, but I thought, and I think it was on sale. So I got a bigger piece. What I get? I think I got a yard, because it's yellow and gray, and I thought it might be perfect for the binding on this. This might work. They also had it in a red, white, and blue, which I just got, I think, a half a yard because it's so pretty. And then, I got something else. I got a panel. Let me show you the panel. So she wrapped it. She put a little ribbon around it. Okay, I had to get the panel because it's so darn cute. Okay, here we go. Oops, another tree. I'm obsessed with trees. Let me just do this. So there we go. Look at this one. And I like the border on it. So this is also Carrie Bloomston's. Isn't that cool? So, I have to get that quilted just as is and put binding on it. It doesn't need anything else. It is so, so cute. I love it. So that was my little shopping spree. Before we go to the support club. Okay, before we do the support club, right? Yeah, I got that. Let me show you a mail call. Okay, I had from Elaine. Elaine, who is quite active in our group and shows up even in our chat. So Elaine sent me, look at this card. She's in Pennsylvania, Elaine from Pennsylvania. She's actually in the town I went to college in. Look at this, how cute is that, those birds. And so she found some fun things for me. One is a keychain with my initial. Isn't that pretty? Look how pretty that is. And then this, Elaine's thinking of snow. Elaine, we're just a little too early, but I love it. Love it, love it. Look at those little drawings of the snowman. And then she found a piece of fabric that she had bought a couple years back for doing a breast cancer awareness quilt. And she thought, she kept some of it because she didn't end up using it, and she thought she'd send me a piece because I might be able to sort of use it with what I'm doing for the support club. Isn't that beautiful? So this was printed just for that. Thank you, Elaine. Mwah. And then I have from Laura in New York. And I have met Laura a couple times, and Laura has been with me since I think before Facebook, right, Laura? Yeah, you were over in my Yahoo group, and she's very active in our community page at Facebook. You're going to see Laura posting her things all the time. So she sent me this really adorable card. Look at that. So pretty. That was from a Shop Hop, so cute. Shop Hop did their own cards. Then she sent me 2 selvages that have super cute things. We've got peppermint penguins. Like that absolutely has to go in. Peppermint, I'm going to need a bigger quilt. Peppermint penguins, so darling. And this one's cheeky pumpkins. See, there's cheeky pumpkins right there. How cute is that? Then she knew I was going to do a horse quilt for my great niece. So she had some horse panel things that she thought I might be able to use. So that was super nice. Definitely. Oh, and this one's really, and look at this one too. Definitely can use this. I think I'm going to have to start that in December, and then I'll be able to maybe send it for her birthday. So that's kind of my plan for that. All right, I want to talk about this. We're talking about the support club, which kicks off today. It's a sew along with the Fat Quarter Shop to support breast cancer. And then I have another little something to share. Now the support club, I want to put the blocks up that I have. I have just blocks at this point, but I want to take down the Secret Lives of Color and switch it. So give me a minute. So these blocks are super easy and super fun to do. I'm going to get in close here. These are all in my Promise Me fabric, and I think they are fancy bras. There are 4 styles. One for each row is a different style. So here it has like a V in it, and they're all a little bit different. Using the larger scale, like this is a V, but it still goes out to the edges rather than stopping right up there. So I've used large scale prints, small scale, and medium scale, varying the pink, the black, the teal. Here is a very simple bra. And then down below we have the sports bra. So those cracked me up. And what I did is balance out the colors from Promise Me so that you can see black, 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 pink, pink, pink. There's gray, gray. There's another black. So anyways, teal, teal. And that is the layout. Now I'm going to do a border on it, probably of one of the pink florals. So let me show you a block up close. This week is the top row. And so if you want to do like I did and sort of plan out maybe 3 different colors for the basic part of the bra and then some accents, you know, you could vary those around. They could be from the other fabrics, or you could just bring in some new fabrics for the accents. This is the pattern. And so you can get that from the Fat Quarter Shop. And then we're also doing a fundraiser for breast cancer research. And so all that information is at my website. And it's at the I Love to Make Quilts under the project page. And also I have it linked below here in the description box for today. Kimberly at the Fat Quarter Shop will be walking through these blocks each week. So be sure you go over to her channel if you'd like to see that kind of step out of the blocks. There is also the cross stitch. Now I did that one little one, which I'll show you next time because I'll pick out to do a little quilt, a little tiny quilt out of it with one block. But the cross stitch portion is also really, really fun to do. And there's a super cute needle minder. I love it. I love it. So I hope that you'll join in on this one and make these. You could make just one. You could make like a little banner of just like 2 or 3 of them, like maybe 3 of them for a tall banner would be super cute. Or go ahead and do the whole quilt. I'm going to make it bigger, make it just a little bit bigger than the, what is it? It is 59 by 66, which is, you know, is a nice size because there's actually, they just brought the border. You can see on here, they brought the border out around to make it bigger. But I'm going to probably do that a little bit smaller and then add a floral, a pink floral around the whole outside of it. And then use one of the Promise Me's wide backs for the backing of it. So this is what we have. We have 1 row per week for the month of October to, and I get my mammogram this month at the end of the month. So I am now, I didn't used to be in October, but I had to move it when I broke my wrist. I had to move a lot of different things I was doing. I just couldn't handle going to do something else in August. That was when I used to have at the beginning of August. So now I'm at the end of October for my appointment. All right, one more fun thing. I don't know if you can stand it. I can hardly stand it. Fun, fun, fun. When we did the Quilt Alliance, I don't know how many of you got a chance to watch that, but one of the things on the Quilt Alliance was an interview with Tula Pink. So my friend Tula Pink, she is another designer, and I'm sure you've probably heard her name and seen her fabrics. She has beautiful fabrics, and she was interviewed by Angela Walters, who does all the quilting for her, and they talked about they talked about her most favorite quilt. That's what the Quilt Alliance does. They have you bring one quilt and talk about that, and then they interview about other things. So what she talked about was her butterfly quilt. When she did her butterfly quilt, that is this one. When she did this, she ended up with a bunch of parts. You know how I talk about the parts, you have extra blocks, the part center. She was doing a project, she had these extra blocks, and she put them up on the wall. And when she looked at it, she goes, it looks like a butterfly wing. And from there came this pattern, which I have loved since day one. So what happened is, when she decided with the fabric line that she has out right now, that she would go ahead and republish the pattern with the current fabric line and put out a kit. And I've wanted to do it forever. So in my hot little hands is the Tula Pink Butterfly Quilt Kit. Look at this. I am so excited. Just so excited. Now, in her original, she did the body here, I think, in black and white. And so I might have to change that out to black and white. And I will get hers. I will get her fabric. So the whole thing will be her fabric. And I'm so excited. There's Tula on the back. If you've not seen Tula before, she's on Instagram a lot. So, and she does, I think, Tuesdays or Thursdays, something like that. She does either a live video on Instagram. She just does it on Instagram. So anyway, if you want to join me, I am going to start this. I don't know, I might start sewing it the end of December or right at the beginning of January. I have to work things out. I have to look at it. This is not a complex pattern. It is a lot of squares and rectangles. There's a lot of half square triangles. There are some curves. They're easy curves though. Very, very easy. So there's a couple curves, but other than that, it's really very easy. It's broken down into big chunks to make the butterfly wings, and it is just so spectacular. So it's featuring true colors and designer essentials, which are what are her fabric lines. And the quilt ends up 88 by 94. So it's a good size quilt. So that, my friend, is my fun. You have to, you know, it's like I've said, it's like if I see something and I've thought about it a long time and it didn't happen before, and now here's an opportunity for me, I can use her fabrics because I would like to honor her work by using her fabrics on her quilt because I love them so much. And I might have to trade out a fabric here or two for the other Tula fabric that I have. You know, wouldn't that be fun? Just trade a few pieces out here and there. Oh, okay. Secret Lives of Color. We are on coal. Do you do that to your eyes? I don't know. Makes my eyes itch to put something there. Too much information? Okay, my friend. I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone on October 1st. I will see you online.